Hi, all my Stampin' friends out there. I'm Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and I'm coming to you from my craft room here in the state of Indiana. And I am trying something new. I have done some different things, like where I did paper pumpkins, but I have not done the alternative types of cards yet. And as soon as I got my kit in the mail, then I started working on some alternatives, and I have one for you today. And then I know two more, and I'm working on a third one. So I'd have four altogether for alternatives for this kit. It's a lot of fun, and I hope that you'll enjoy this. So let's get started with the card and everything. But here is the kit, the cards for this kit. You get 3 of each design, and the card bases are really cool. I like them all very much. And then here is the stamp set, and I've already have it all pulled off. So this is the insert that goes into your paper pumpkin box, and it says "Dear friend" and "Thank you" and "Miss you," and it's got all this greenery. And then it's got "The little things you do for me mean so much," and then "You make me feel loved," and then "so much" here. So that is the stamp set that we're going to use. That comes in the box with a little stamping spot of Nido Navy, and it's got some copper sequins. They also provide you with some of our tear tape. Now, some of this I'm not going to use with my kit because I have tear tape. This is nice for to go, like, take things along with you if you're not taking a kit. Instead of grabbing your whole thing of tear tape, you could grab the smaller one. It also comes with a small thing of dimensionals, and I kind of like having that so that if I do go someplace to craft, say with a friend or something, I can take dimensionals, but I don't have to take as much products with me. So I really like to put those off to the side. Now I am using the sequins just because it goes well with the kit. I'm going to use my regular stamp ink pad because I am not going to open this one right now. I have a larger one. But I will show you what we're going to make for this one. And I think I'm going to do each card as an individual video so that they won't be near as long. All right, so let's get started. Like I said, these are the 3 different cards, and I don't know. And I haven't made one of each of these yet. I plan on, when I'm finished doing my alternatives, to do each one of those as well. So I think they're really, really cute. I like the way that they've got them laid out. It has a lot of coppery stuff in with it. I'll show you the kit here real quick. The bits and pieces that I have left. And this one's really cool, and the envelopes are neat, and I do a neat thing with those as well. Let me grab my box that's right here. All right, so I have been using things out of it, but here you get 3 of these, and so far I've still got 2. Isn't that really cool how it's got all the blues, and it's the same on the front, or like on the front of the card and the back of the card. And the insides, of course, are white. And then we have the blues and the different greens. And then I think this one's my favorite. I like green and navy together. So those are the card bases, and you get 3 of each of them. And this one's the one I've used the most of, but because I'm using other products, you've got basically, you could do multiple cards out of each one of these. So I have used this one a lot. And then you do get these. They're kind of like a little ephemeris, but we have some floral, like sprigs, and I'll show you here in a minute. It'll be on this card. And then you've got 3 of these, then you've got multiples of these little flowers, and then you've got these leaves as well. I don't think I'm on camera, but here we go. We've got, you get 3 of those, and then I'll show you what these are. And then you've got these little sprigs, and then the flowers. And then you have this, and these have copper foiling on them, and this is one of those gorgeous pieces that is just full And then it has all this detailing. And then you have this one as well. And then this one is something that you can stamp on. You can stamp on all of these. And I did use some of these. And then you also have other pieces that are, these are not square. These are kind of a small amount of being a rectangle. And then of course your rectangle for leaving, putting sentiments, and these ovals, and they, a lot of them will layer. And we also have these vellums, and you've got the larger rectangle, you've got the oval, and then you have the smaller rectangle. And then look at these envelopes. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? They're really pretty and all. If you'll stay tuned with me, I will have, I know I have 2 more videos to do the alternative paper pumpkin. And so I will be using one of the envelopes. On 2 of them, I might be using the envelopes, and then, but I've had some really fun ones. And 2 of them so far are fun folds. So here is the card that I'm going to show you how to make. I thought it turned out really cool, very pretty. I'm trying to figure out what is going on with my camera, because everything is like, I feel like everything's so close that I get it up here in any way, it kind of, I don't know, goes off the camera. But it opens up like this, and then you can sign something in here. You can sign on the back, and it will sit. It will sit up. Well, it did sit up earlier. I think it's just after the opening and closing and stuff. Maybe I should have went the other way, but it will sit up. It did earlier, but anyway, it's a fun fold card. And then I have my bits and pieces here. Now I did go ahead and cut some of these down. And here are those pieces that I told you I was going to share. I may end up trying to fold that, because after it's been moved so much, that hinge is like real floppy, and where this one's not. So I may have to change that just a little bit. But here are the little pieces that we're going to use. And that's what was on that one that had a lot of them missing. So I'm going to put that right here off to the side. And then here is our card base. Okay, so maybe, let's see, I'm going to go this way and that way. I think I'm just going to do it the same way. I don't know. For whatever reason, it's not wanting to sit up. It's like a step card. But you don't have to sit them up. I'm just trying to crease it, and I'm going to tell you what the measurements are on this. It is scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4, so that's in half, and then this section's in half again. And you can also have it turned sideways, so maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just turn it sideways, and then you can open it like this. You can make it however you want. So let's see. The next piece is 5 5/16 by 2. I wrote it in pencil on the back there. And then we're going to layer this on top. And this piece should be 1 7/8. See, 1 7/8 by, where's that right? Let me take that dark off the back. Yep, 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. I'm going to add that together. These are fairly thick pieces from those card bases, and so it's not like normal DSP where you can see the glue pattern. Center that on there. And we're going to center it on the front here. Silver. I like to get my corners. I've been enjoying this paper pumpkin a lot. A lot of times it comes so late. Everybody else has theirs and have been making alternatives, and it'll be a whole nother week before I get them. And mine was here, let's see, I think I got it on the 18th, and usually it's like 23rd, 24th before I get mine. So I was happy to see it come. All right, so then I cut another piece of Night of Navy, and that's what this was Night of Navy, and it's 5 5/16 by 4, and then I cut that card base down to 5 8 by 3 13/16. That on there. Flip this over. Put it here. Like that. And then we're going to add it to this card here. I love the blues and greens together. I think that is one of my favorite color combinations. It's just like that. Move that off to the side. Put that up there. Now that it's see how that goes. All right, so now then, whoops, that back on there. Just put it up here. Maybe I will. Just go ahead and stick that up there because I'm going to want one there anyway. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And I need to bring in my, I really want Secret C. I love Secret C for my sentiments. It is one of my favorite. And I want the thank you that says, "Dear friend, here's my thank you." And I want to clean this. When I've been working with this, my desk has been a nightmare. I had to clear everything off just to be able to do this video and gather all the pieces together. And so I'm pretty certain I did not clean these things. Go. Nope, I did not. All right, so I'm going to grab and ink this up. Just stuff my fingers in the ink. That's never a good sign. We're going to ink this up. I want to come in and put my thank you towards the bottom. Just like that. And this is one of those stylish stitch shapes. So you can use whichever one that you want. I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. I'm going to add those to across the bottom. Right here. And I'm also going to put one right there. Take those backs off. Flip this around. We're just giving it some interest. So like that. Let's bring this in and see. So we can do the thank you right there. And we can add this right down here. And that's how we'll do that. We'll just change it up just a little bit and see how things go. I mean, just because it's an alternative one way, you can always change it. And that way you have yet another card. Add this to, let's see, about right down there. That together. And then I just glued this directly onto that piece. So we're only going to, whoops, we're only going to do half. Put it like that. So I know if I just stay on a little bit less than half, I will be golden. Don't want to do too much. Bring this around. And we will lay that down and try to center this on the card like that. All right, I'm going to open this up. So there's that. And I'm going to grab the sentiment here that says, so it says thank you, and then the little things you do mean so much. And I'm going to stamp that in here. I'll put it up here towards the top. There we go. And then you can sign it down here at the bottom. So there you go. Quick and easy. Does not take very much time at all. And you just use the bits and pieces that you have. And so this is roughly a half of one of the card bases. And this is just under a fourth of one of those card bases. So you could do multiples of these. I still have several of these left over, and I've got 1.5 of these sheets left over. So that is my first alternative for our 2025 December's paper pumpkin. And I have a couple more coming your way. So thank you so much for joining me, and happy stamping.